Good morning. I'd like to introduce Fire Chief Scott Lachance for the City of Attleboro, retired Fire Chief Ron Churhill for the City of Attleboro, and myself, Paul Jacques, Attleboro Firefighters Local 848 President. Once again, good morning. In this new normal of COVID-19, we were unable to hold our annual Firefighters Memorial Sunday ceremony. Being such an important day to honor our members who have gone before us in the line of duty, we felt it necessary to take a moment to remember those that went before us during this pandemic. They will never be forgotten and hold a special place in our heart. We will now read the names of those Attleboro firefighters that have lost their lives in the line of duty throughout the years.
Departed Chief Officers of the Attleboro Fire Department. Hiram R. Packard, Sr. Frederick Clark. Hiram R. Packard, Jr. Assistant Chief Leonard Gould. Joseph Mowry. Herman Gorman. Merton E. Churchill. Acting Chief Norman Jackson. Benjamin R. Livesey. Departed Deputy Chiefs. Herbert Brown. Roy Churchill. Clifford DeTurley. Frank Streeter. Acting Deputy Walter Eulig. Alfred LeMaistre. Elliot Hayden. George Green. Joseph Horton Sr. Acting Deputy Chief Roland Letourneau. Departed Superintendents of Fire Alarm. Joseph Newcomb. William King. Amos Benjamin Couture. Cyril P. Gagney. George K. Adams. Harold Wellman. Departed Captains Bert Riley. Eugene Cole. Joseph Hearn. William M. Jakes. Wilfred F. Jakes. Acting Captain Louis Lamoureux. Neil W. Jakes. Roland Tremblay. George Brulette. Frederick Bolton. Acting Captain Albert Cannon. Gerald Broder Sr. Francis Keene. James Brassard. Neil Gagney. Departed Lieutenants Edward Patton. Arthur Shore. Albert Knight. Herbert Knight.
Thank you, Chief. I'll be reading the names of departed firefighters. Walter Briggs, George Collum, Alan Ferguson, Lawrence Flanagan, Lewis Fields, Adam Holloway, Ralph Hopkinson, William Lovenberry, John Ludgate, Herman Thurber, Francis Barrett, Harold Powers, Herbert Parker, Frank McGinty, Delphi Paradise, William Strong, George Stowe, Thomas Stevenson, Monton Tierney, Warren Wright, Andrew Murphy, John McGilvery, Francis Smith, Harry Morris, Peter Godfrey, Charles Hewitt, Donald Brander, William Coop, Charles Vidito, Paul Mornia, Walter Krakowski, William Riley, Adrian Pelletier, Henry Sharon, Raymond McClear, Manuel Douglas, Joseph Claflin, Walter Wheaton, John Martin, Alden Leach, Leo Grieve, Jack Galvin, William Diablo, Herbert Peets, John Trinidad Sr., Edward Lavager, John Moslin Jr., Lawrence W. Heath, William Long, Roy Gorman, Frank Slozak, Clifford Fielding, Archibald Stuniford, James Liddell, Richard Simpkins, Herbert Duquette, Roy Gorman, Paul Broder, Harvey Barton, Charlie Mowbriant, George Prue, Steve Davis, Alton Marlin, Roger Doucette, Edward Shockrow, Oscar Desjardins, Albert Gingras, Albert Boudreau, Melvin Smith, Robert Pelletier, John Ferns, Roger Dano, Lauren Kirby, Dave Ethier, Leonard Sheldon, Maurice Lavoie, Augustus Panett, Ralph Dyer, and Earl King.
George Brulette, Francis Oldham, Harold Parent, John Corkema, Milton Jakes, Philip Langlois, Raymond Audette, Raymond LaPlume, Richard Madden, Richard Pelletier, Robert St. George, Roland Tremblay, Steve Mayer, Vincent Keene, William Gingras, Ronald Goslin, Daniel Bolton, Stephen Jakes, James Kelly, Donald Campbell, Roland Harrison, Gordon Taylor, Willard McCluskey, Richard Douglas, Thomas Cannon, Edward Jem, William Sproul, Norman Slater, Herman Gorman, Gordon Sally. Fire Commissioners: Warren Hoyle, Hayward Sweet, Charles Tomei, Andrew Nimarowski, Fred Wall, Don Gilson, Sal Gilino, Drew Ward, Bob McDonald. Fire Chaplains: Reverend Thomas Airy, Reverend Robert Ryder. These are the members of the City of Attleboro Fire Department that we remember today on Firefighter Memorial Sunday. They will never be forgotten.
And before we finish, let's take a brief moment of silence in recognition of all our departed members. Detail, attention, present, Order, arms. Detail dismissed.
Thank you, Chief.
Thanks, Ron.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hang in there.